Hello everyone. The topic is working capital management. We will learn meaning and definition of working capital, concept of working capital, types of working capital, needs of working capital, factors determining working capital, computation of working capital, sources of working capital, and working capital management policy in this presentation. Let us see the meaning of working capital. A company needs two types of capital. One is fixed capital and the other is working capital. Fixed capital involves investment in the long-term assets of the company, whereas working capital involves investment in the short-term assets of the company. To put in short, working capital is that part of capital or money which is required to meet the day-to-day expenses of the business. To run the business in a smooth way, it needs certain amount of money, and that money requirement we call it as working capital. Example, it can be payment to the creditors, salary to the workers, purchase of raw materials, etc. And this is not a one-time investment. The nature of working capital is recurring in nature because it occurs daily and it needs to be fulfilled on day-to-day basis. If not, the business would not run in a better way. The definition of working capital goes this way. According to J.S. Mill, the sum of the current asset is the working capital of business. According to Weston and Brigham, working capital refers to a firm's investment in short-term assets, cash, short-term securities, accounts receivables, and inventories. As we studied in the meaning, the definition also puts forth the focus on the investment in current assets and equivalent to cash. The concept of working capital is of two types. One is gross working capital and the other is net working capital. What is this gross working capital? Gross working capital is nothing but the total current assets or the capital that is invested in the total current assets of the company is termed as gross working capital, and it can be put in the formula GWC is equal to CA, that is gross working capital is equal to current assets. And the second is net working capital. What is this net working capital? Net working capital is nothing but the current assets in excess of the current liabilities of the company is termed as net working capital. The formula is NWC, net working capital, is equal to current assets minus current liabilities. So these are the concepts of working capital. Let us see what are the types of working capital. We have three types of working capital. One is permanent working capital. It is also termed as fixed working capital. It is the minimum amount of working capital that a company has to maintain to run the business in a smooth way at all times. Second, we have temporary working capital. It is also called as variable working capital, and it is the amount of capital which is required to meet the seasonal fluctuations in demand or sales and on some special purposes. Third, we have semi-variable working capital. Certain amount of working capital in the field level up to a certain stage, and after that it will increase depending upon the change of sales or time. As time increases or sales increases, there would be a need for the capital to be increased, and that we call it as semi-variable working capital in the company. And these are the three types of working capital in a company. These are the needs of working capital. Purchase of raw materials and spares. If it is a manufacturing concern, it is going to depend on the raw materials, and purchasing of those raw materials becomes a major factor for production process, and hence money has to be kept ready for this purchase purpose. And second, purchasing of spares. All the machines will not run always in a good manner, right manner, and the machines to be functioning in a right manner, the spare parts has to be kept intact, and to purchase that, money has to be kept ready in the working capital. Second, payment of wages and salaries. Paying money to the workers becomes the most important thing. Paying wages and salary is important. It can be daily basis, weekly basis, or monthly basis. Hence, for this purpose, money has to be kept ready as a part of working capital. Third, to meet the day-to-day expenses, it can be paying to the electricity, water bills, telephone bills, stationeries, etc. money has to be kept ready for day-to-day expenses of the business to run the business in a smoother way, and to provide for the credit obligations of the company, whatever the company has to pay to anyone. In such case, the company has to keep money ready to meet such obligations. So these are the needs of working capital. What is that one thing which decides the level or amount of working capital required by a company or firm? Let us study the factors affecting working capital requirement of a company, and the factors are as follows. Nature or character of the business. What is the type of business or what is the nature of the business? Whether it is a manufacturing concern or a service-oriented business. If it is a manufacturing concern, it requires a huge amount of working capital, whereas if it is a service-oriented business, it requires lesser amount compared to a manufacturing concern. What is the size of the business or scale of operation? If the size of the business is huge and if the scale of operations is large, then the company will require huge amount of working capital as well. What is the production policy of the company? Is it having a moderate production policy or is it having a rapid production policy? If it is having a rapid production policy, the company should have more working capital as a factor. Then, manufacturing process or length of production cycle. What is the production process that is being used by the company, and what is the length of the production cycle or production process? If the length is too much, then the company for sure requires too much of working capital or more working capital, and if the process is a too long process, even in such case the company requires more working capital as well. Then seasonal variations. How the seasons are affecting the company's sales and demand for its products. Even in such case, if there is a seasonal fluctuation, if the demand is increasing for the products of the company, then in such case there will be requirement for additional working capital for the company. Then rate of stock turnover. What is the rate or at what rate the stocks or the inventory gets turned into the product into the hands of the customers and the company gets in cash as soon as the sale is done. Such rate of stock turnover is also a factor which determines the working capital requirement of the company. Then what is the credit policy of the company? Does the company sell its goods on credit basis or does it have only the cash sales procedures? If it is having credit sale policies or credit sales, in such case what is the policy that the company follows? What is the time that the company gives for the customers to pay back the money that they had to pay to the company? How much time is given for them? And what is the collection period? How the company collects it back? Even that factor affects the company's working capital as well. The company should check what is the phase of the business cycle in that particular economy as well. It should check whether it is in the phase of recovery, expansion, boom, recession or depression stage. As these stages imply certain requirement of capital for the business, and the way the business has to be done also changes on the base of the phase in that business cycle, and it also impacts the working capital requirement of the firm as well. Last, it should know what is the rate of growth and expansion of the business. Thus, the business wants to grow in a rapid speed. If it wants to expand its business into various other regions of the world, in such case, the company has to produce more and expand its business and grow at a higher rate. In such case, the company requires huge amount of working capital, or the working capital requirement changes in such case. Thus, it has to have more working capital policy. All these factors thus affect the working capital requirement of a firm. Then how does the company calculate, compute or estimate the working capital required for its operations? It follows three methods. First being estimation of components of working capital method. Here in this method the company calculates all the components of current assets and all the components of current liabilities, then arrives at a solution called as working capital. And through this method the company will get to know whether the working capital is in the negative side or in the positive side. The second method the company follows is called as percentage of sales method. based on the past sales data of the company and what was the working capital that was allocated for that particular year. A forecast is made for the future sales, and thus a forecast is also made or estimated for working capital for the company's operations. The third method is operating cycle working capital method. Herein, the requirement of working capital is based on the operating cycle of the business. The operating cycle begins with the acquisition of raw materials and ends with the collection of receivables. How long is the operating cycle is the prominence here, and this method is followed by manufacturing concerns most of the times. Hence, these are the methods used by the companies to compute or estimate the working capital required for its operations of the business. From where should the company get all the money required for the working capital of the business? And there are certain sources, and the main source is current assets or components of current assets of the company. And if the company is not able to meet its working capital requirement through the current assets of the company, then it can plow the various sources that are available to meet the working capital requirement of the company. There are mainly two sources, one is internal and the other is external source. First, internal sources through which the company can plow in the capital required for the company through retained earnings, reserves and surplus, or depreciation fund, etc. And coming to the external sources, we have debentures, public deposits, loan from banks and financial institutions, advances and credit, financial arrangements like factoring, etc. can be used as a source for working capital requirement of the company. What are the working capital management policies available for the company to follow? First, we have conservative working capital policy. Here, the company doesn't want to take risk. It wants to minimize risk. Hence, the company maintains a higher level of working capital against the sales. It has more current assets compared to the current liabilities of the company. Second, we have moderate working capital policy. In this policy, the company adopts to maintain a moderate level of working capital to the moderate level of sales that is happening in the company. Third, we have aggressive working capital policy. In this kind of policy, the company adopts to maintain low level of aggressive working capital against the high level of sales in this business concern during a particular period, and this kind of a policy could end some kind of dangers to the business as well. Hence, these are the three kinds of policies that are used for working capital management purpose. We learnt meaning and definition of working capital, concept of working capital, types of working capital, needs of working capital, factors determining working capital, computation of working capital, sources of working capital, and working capital management policy in this presentation. Hope this presentation has given you little understanding towards the topic working capital management. For further reading, please refer these books. Thanks for listening.